Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of the Dark Horde podcast for 2021. And we really can't start the podcast out for 2021 without having Chris Garcia here with us. Chris, welcome back to the show.
Hey, what's up, dude? I've been doing pretty good. How have you been doing? By the way, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody. The only thing, Chris, I got to say this. I'm starting to get upset that people are talking so bad about 2020. I mean, really, they got to get over it. It's okay to move on.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think last year was bad on all different occasions, because of everything that was going on, and then this year started kind of weird.
Right.
They do need to let it go.
Just let it go.
Just don't focus on that.
Mm-hmm.
And just focus that you're alive, and that's the most important thing to me, I would say. Just focus that you're alive and be grateful for your many blessings, that you have everybody together. Just be grateful for,
be grateful for today.
Yeah, and you can do it. And there's things that you can't control.
Mm-hmm.
Just pray for, for insanity and for all this stuff. Just pray that things will be better. Everything will prosper. Just appreciate life and just know that everything's fine.
Yeah, like I said, keep it moving. It's easier that way, right? Because if you think about all the bad shit that happened, it's like it's like to be continued. You bring more of the bad shit with you. So, it's some crazy stuff. The first episode of the year is with Chris. So, Chris, you are the first guest for 2021, and we're glad to have you here. So, we got to catch up. It's been a while since you've been on here. So, we got to find out what's going on with Chris because, even though I kind of want to stay away from the negativity of 2020, it is what it is. It was a year that we lived through. And so what's been happening with Chris since the last time we were here?
Other than that, I've been kind of busy off air, getting more private readings, more private sessions. I have been on, actually was on, when is it? I have to look at the calendar behind me. I was on a different show, which I came back on for the year, and I will be back in February on that network, but I'm not going to say it. There's a lot of new platforms that I will be on. I already got as far as to April, and then March, and then I believe June, I think, if I can't remember right, because I'm not looking at the calendar offhand. But there's maybe like one or two shows and months ahead. I think this month has been kind of crazy. February, there's new shows that I'm just excited to be on. I'm a return guest. And then there was a new show that my friend, me and her, we clicked. I read her, and I blew her mind. So she was really impressed, and she's like, do you want to come on my show? And I said, pretty sure. She goes, I want to have you, on the show. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So, but other than that, it's been pretty good. It's been just a blessing for me, and a new beginning, new chapter. The old chapter, one that book closes, another book opens. So that's how I look at it. I look at it as a new year and stuff like that. But other than that, I've been pretty good. I've been just getting anonymous readings that people found me through other people, and they said, "Oh, you're highly recommended." I just found out that today somebody said that. They said, well, I'm going to tell you later how I found out about you. And I'm like, and the thing is that they already paid for the reading, dude. And I said, this name doesn't look familiar on my Facebook, because I know who's on my Facebook and who's not.
Right.
So, I've had people that are just coming to me that have different PayPals. And, it's been just weird, dude. That's the only thing that kind of freaks me out, that all these other people are getting, I'm getting referred, from other people that believe in me, and that means a lot. It really does. That's a big pusher. I have a good friend of mine, I'm pretty sure she's listening. She told me that there's a lot of stuff going on, but she goes, don't feed into it. She knows what's going on. I told her on the last show I did. But other than that, she's been like, you're doing good. You came back strong, and you can prove everybody else wrong. The ones that are listening, they know who they are. But that's what she told me. Just don't worry about them and just be you, because the calls and the reading that you've done speak for themselves. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there isn't. You can't get on social media and do the stuff that we do. I mean, I'm not out doing the psychic thing. I'm just going to put it out there. But even being on social media, podcasting, being on YouTube or whatever, and not have a set of haters that are going to follow you everywhere. I mean, that's just the way it is,
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they roll, man. That's what they do. Just spit out the negativity. But besides that, every time you come on, you tell us about all your adventures in the universe of the psychic. So I got to ask you, just straight up, have you had anything super psychic that you want to share? Anything exciting happen to you?
The other thing that I was going to say has been happening. I don't remember when, because I should have documented it. I get this sensation, like I've already talked to different people, and they say it is paranormal. Like where the bed vibrates when I'm just laying down, and you could feel it like shaking, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, this is so weird, and this has been going on. I want to say, just random guess, I want to say that it started in October. I could be off with a month. It doesn't have to be precise.
Right.
But I just thought it was nothing. But then I was like, first of all, we're in Texas. We're in San Antonio. There's no reason why for it to be vibrating or shaking. Right. Not like where it really, really shakes. No, it's just like, it's a weird feeling. And then I did a reading, like on that other show that I did, and I kid you not, I did a reading, and I was on live on their, they could see on their platform. And when I did a reading, they said, "Oh my God, Chris, we could see the shadow of your ceiling fan. It blinked, it flickered when I gave her a reading, because she had a lot of weird stuff going on in her house. And when I told her about, why do I see you renovating, painting in the kitchen, and I blew her mind away. So I don't know. It's just weird. I don't even know what to make of it. That's the only thing that's been going on recently since last year. And it happens like late at night. Sometimes it happens at 1 a.m. Sometimes it happens at 4 a.m. But it's only when it's dark. During the day, it never happens.
Isn't that strange?
Yes. But yeah, I don't know why it's happening, but I've thought about maybe having an investigation team here, but it's not really to where there's no scratches or nothing like that. But if it starts getting like more activity just in my room, then I might have somebody come down here. But other than that, no, that's the only thing that's been strange within the paranormal that I've been experiencing. And somebody said, Chris, the more you open up, the more you're perceived other spirits on the other side, or other portals that you didn't even know that you opened. Well, with your abilities, you're really tuning into being more sensitivity, more than you were usually have gone through. But yeah, it's been just crazy. Yeah. It's just weird. And speaking of that, have you gone to any paranormal investigations?
No. So let's see. Last time we talked about it, wasn't it like October, I think? Probably around the time your bed was vibrating. And so I contacted the guys over at that one hotel, and they were like, we're going to have a paranormal event. We're going to do an investigation. Everybody comes in, whatever, and they take them to the hotel to investigate. But the next week, they canceled it because of COVID-19, and nothing's happened since then. So I imagine that a lot of these things are not going to open up for the next few months.
What about the Victoria Inn? Have you heard anything about that? Because they're still on my Facebook, but I don't know if they still do events, or they do. They probably do, because I've heard other paranormal teams that are here in San Antonio that have gone there, but it's capacity, and you do have to do your social distancing. I've seen different, platforms are sharing that there is a few friends of mine that I had on different shows. Um, that had gone to different investigations within the Texas area. They're still doing investigations, but I've never been on one or ever gone to one lately. I've been wanting to, but with this COVID, I don't know.
Yeah, it's it's kind of like a touch and go. But the Victoria Inn, that's the one in downtown San Antonio, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the only reason I didn't want to go to that one is because it's so popular and it's so active with people, just people in general. Because every time I've walked by that place, it's jam packed with people. So yeah, so that one I really wasn't on my radar. But we could see what happens. We could look into it, see what the deal is. Maybe we'll come up with something.
I know maybe me and you can do an investigation. But I think they would have to do. You would have to talk to them because you have different sources. I have different connections to admission. But with all this stuff going on, I would hope that if we would do for safety precautions. We wouldn't get thrown out because of the regulations of, the news that they're saying that, with being careful and stuff. So yeah, it's crazy. So, but maybe in the next few months, hopefully COVID will be going away. Because I've already been asked, even from last year to this year, what do you see? And I'm like, I don't see it until almost like springtime. I want to say maybe September, October.
Right.
But you never know. And I think even if it did go away, people are still going to wear their mask. We have talked about getting shots, and I'm going to tell you right now, dude, I don't feel comfortable with it, Manny. I don't feel like it's safe to get the shot.
You think it's foul play, conspiracy, maybe?
Yes, I felt that since when they said that it was COVID, with the shot that it's gonna give you. And then I just found out through my mom, they said that there was a few people that died here in Texas. I don't know if it was here in San Antonio, but yeah, it's been just weird. Like, I don't trust that shot. I've been told, and even in the past with other friends that I haven't talked to, a lot of people said that they had stories that change your DNA. So if you were to get the person, it would affect you. So there's been a lot of stories about the shot, and they even done it in social media, even on the news, and they say, well, don't believe those stories. That's not true. But even people that are not gifted, people that are aware and done their research, are saying, I'm not getting the shot either, because I heard, even though I'm not in the psychic realm or in the paranormal realm, there's even people that just don't want to get it.
So yeah, it's funny because I actually saw a documentary on it, and that's the first thing they said is that these shots, they alter your DNA in order to take on the COVID-19.
Well, I don't know. Go on, I'm looking at the different chat room. Green Man said that one doctor died. But it's crazy because that just confirms what I heard. I wouldn't get the shot. Even if it was a cure, I would be very skeptical. I don't know how you would feel about it, Manny. I just don't feel that it's safe to get the shot. And have you talked to anybody that's gotten the shot and see what kind of side effects, or even
no? I don't. I think of the shot right now. It's so controlled as far as who gets it first. I don't know anyone that has gotten close to even getting the shot. But to me, it's like when you get that first model car, that year one, you try to, you want it for like a collector's edition, but you kind of wait and see what the hell happens for that first year. So it's kind of the same thing with the coronavirus thing. You gotta just wait and see what the fallout is from the shot, and decide later on whether you get it or not. I got some questions for you because, the one thing I've noticed, Chris, is that you're always on. Do you ever sleep?
You know what's funny? I was doing this show earlier today, but that one just came up random. It was from 3 to 5 on that show. It was good. But he's in the UK, so his show's different from yours.
Oh, yes.
And it was crazy because since I haven't been on the phone and I don't really talk to anybody because of personal reasons, There's a few people that I do talk when they call on the shows and stuff. But yes, I did sleep today to re-energize for your show, and you know what? I feel good as new, dude. I feel like I didn't even do a show.
Yeah.
We only had maybe, I don't even know how many calls. I want to say maybe like 5, maybe 6 people that called in. But other than that, lately I've been resting, working on myself for the first time, which people that know me know that I never really get rest because I'm always like doing something. But for the first time, I am actually resting. So you should be proud of me, dude.
Yeah, I'm telling you. It's like every time I turn around, I was like, wait, where's Chris on? What's going on? It's like 4 in the morning. He was just on. Which brings me to my next one. So tell me about 3 a.m. What's the deal with 3 a.m.?
With 3 a.m., to me, that's the most pronounced of spirits of the other side. So when you want to talk to the dead, 3 in the morning is very significant. When they do investigations, even on old shows, I haven't seen them. Like on Paranormal State, that's one of my number one shows that I liked. But I think it's that they say that that's the most active time, that when you want to talk to spirit, or if you're in a residential house and they have a lot of activity, or even a location like a business, that's the best time to do an investigation at 3 in the morning. My personal opinion, from 12 to 3, those are the witch hours when people do their craft, people do magic. That's off the paranormal. That's what people do. And by the way, hi Becky, my friend's watching. but yeah, but I say around 3 o'clock is one of the old stories from different shows that 3 o'clock is the time to do investigations. I think as long as it's really dark, I can say you can do it from 11 to 3 in the morning, or but if you want to be precise and really want to do it when you think the dead comes through, I would say start at 12.
At midnight?
Yes. And then it goes on all the way. If you can stay up till 3, do it. Because you're pronounced to get more activity after those hours. I think 9 and 10, you can still do it, but I think something between 12 and 3, it's very significant within the paranormal realm. But yeah, I just think that when you do this, just have yourself grounded and don't be cocky, because you never know. Depending on where you're going, I would say just be very careful. Be very careful when you do this. So yeah.
So here's the question, because for about 2.5 weeks, every single day, I was woken up at 3 a.m.
Oh my God!
Out of a dead sleep, and then I couldn't go back to sleep. Like I'm telling you, I was like, and every time I looked at the clock, it was between 2:57 and 3 o'clock on the dot.
You know what? It's weird, because I think, to be honest with you, I think everything. And I know I can say this because I know your platform has parent to where it's a broadcast where you can cuss or whatever.
Yeah, fuck it, go ahead.
I think with 3 in the morning, it really fucks you up, because once you wake up from it, you're just like, damn, I never used to wake up this late, and that's funny that you say that, because I think from last year all the way to December, I would catch myself exactly at 3 o'clock on the dot. If I didn't go to sleep like around 9 or 10, I tried tossing and turning. And then when I did, I would wake up exactly at 3, and then I would look at my phone. I'm like, Chris, why did you wake up? And I would literally talk to myself. I'm like, why the hell am I up when everybody in this world is asleep and my ass is awake? That makes no sense to me. Yeah.
That's the same thing I said.
And then there was times where people would message me and they say, Chris, I see you active on Facebook for our messenger. What are you doing up? And I'm like, I can't sleep. And they're like, why? And I'm like, I don't know. And then I talked to a friend of mine, and she said the reason why I can't sleep is because your mind is just going and going. It never stops. But then again, if it stops, then you would probably be dead, because your mind, even if you're asleep, you're more mellow out at those hours. You should be more like just more calming. is what I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when you're up at these hours, you kind of question, why am I up at these hours? You know, but me, I've been asked by a lot of different people, like, why are you up? And I'm like, I don't know. But the people that know me, they're like, well, maybe you're just picking up the energy of the area in case you see like a flashlight in your yard, maybe some people are going to throw something, or you're just aware of your surroundings. And that's what I see it as, that, I guess. Yeah, so that's the only thing I could think
We're losing you.
Because they could be aware of my surroundings. So yeah.
Yeah. So now the funny thing is that there was one night when I got up about 3:00, and I went downstairs or whatever to the first floor, and about 15 minutes after I got there, it sounded like someone was jumping on the roof, like this banging sound on the roof. And then the next day I said, well, screw it, I'm going to get a camera, one of those night cams, stick it in my room and see if I get up. But you believe, since I had that idea, I haven't gotten up at 3:00.
Oh my god. You know what was weird? When you had that last person that you had on about when we did that show, about that picture.
Oh, he's on there right now,
remember
actually.
when we did, yeah, I want to say, I don't know his name, but I remember when we did that reading, it really kind of like, I freaked out because I could see I could see females, I could see 2 or 3 females in that picture, I want to say, and there was some there was spirit in the room, and I don't remember what
I don't know what's happening with your signal, but it seems like something's going on here, Chris. Wow, what was that just now?
House.
Did you even hear anything I said? You were like totally gone just now. And you're going again.
What?
Yeah, yeah, something is happening with your signal here.
I can hear you.
How weird is that?
Perfectly. That is weird.
Yeah, we didn't catch anything about that.
No, but I can hear you. I can hear you perfect, though. That's what's so crazy, that on your end, you said that I was going in and out, but you're clear as a bell.
Yeah, weird. All right, why don't we do this? We'll have you call back in, but I'll play a song in the meantime, and that way we can see if we reconnect and sharpen up the connection. Because we still got to figure out what you saw in the picture, because we didn't hear any of it.
Okay, so you want me to hang up?
Yeah, hang up and call back, and I'll play a song in the meantime. We'll be back, folks.
All right.
Got me feeling like a drop in the sand. I'm a true psychopath. When you're lost, take your trust. That's me. That's so sick. I'm a fraud, call me a liar. A true psycho. Ooh. I'm a fraud, call me a liar. A true psychopath, don't love me. When you're lost, take your trust. Yeah, that's me. Oh, that's me, that's me, that's me. Yes, I'm a fraud. Call me a liar. A true psychopath.
All right, well, we don't know what happened, but I think we got Chris back now. Maybe. Chris going once.
I can hear you fine.
Yeah, that was just crazy, the way you were just taken out of the signal here. So, game, we're not going to be able to talk about your picture. It's just not, it's not a thing that's going to happen, sadly enough. Yeah, that's just crazy.
That was just crazy. The way you were just...
Sorry.
Yeah. So I say, uh-oh. Now we really got problems.
I could actually hear you on the background because I was looking at I didn't think we were going to come out that on my other phone. I was like, why are we coming out on my other phone? I was like, what?
Yeah. And here's something. Green Man said that he saw something move in his hallway out the corner of his eye. I've been having the same thing happening to myself as well. This is weird.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is Green Man, does he have something going on in his place?
Honestly, from what I'm picking up, I'm being told yes. He has like a lot of activity. And I was going to ask you, where is he from, by the way? I don't remember. Where is he from?
He's on the West Coast, in California.
Yeah, well, I'm being told that house, it seemed like it's, what I hear is like a portal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just in his room. Okay, there's a lot of spirits that come in and out. I would say that there's something to do with something on the land before the houses were there. But yeah, there's something about that. It's just weird. I can pick up that it has a lot of energy to it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm not physically there, but I can almost like remote view, and the energy feels very heavy. And I feel like for some reason, if I was there just in the house, I would feel very disoriented. I would feel very unease. Like I just feel like I would have eyes on me no matter where I'm in, what room I'm in. Mm-hmm. I feel like everything, like I would feel like there's eyes on me. That's the best way to feel it.
And that's not a good feeling sometimes. It really isn't.
No, it's not. No, it's not. So
we'll see. Because I think he knows that there's a bit of energy in his home. So you shouldn't be surprised by this.
He's like, you know what? I've heard it all, dude. I've heard it all. But I can tell you, for Gamer, I just want to say that you do have a very active area. And I think, like Randy said, I guess that talking about that picture, it's something that shouldn't be talked about, even though people might be curious about it. But no, I just don't think it's happening.
Yeah, even when you just start saying his name, you kind of blanked out a little bit too, just now.
You see?
Yeah, it's weird. Very strange. All right, so let's talk about Dre. Dre is asking about Davina. That's Mrs. Dre. And, he's asking if anything's following her around besides Dre.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. Okay, hold on. Let's see what I get. For some reason, I get the word female. It's following her. It almost seemed like, and it's weird because in my head I'm seeing like a hallway, and I can see her like turning around, like, and then she'll hear this voice like he's calling her. Then she goes in the room and she goes, "Hey, I'm calling you," and he could just be sitting there watching TV with a book in his hand before, because there might be some things that if he's not really drawn to the television, I can see him reading, and then she just looked at him and you're like, "You're ignoring me." He's like, "What are you talking about? I didn't call you." That's the feeling kind of get like where she hears his name, or she feels like somebody is calling him, calling her, and she thinks it's him, but it's not him. It's like an echo. Like she thinks it's something. It's weird. I can't even. It's just so weird. That's the best way to describe it. I just find that very. Yeah, I feel like I have my hair sticking up just even thinking about it.
So you think it's just maybe someone related to her in a way, maybe or something just hanging out at their house that we're at.
Someone that she related to her. That's what I got. And then it was weird too because when you were asking me, I don't know why I heard that. Maybe it might be for somebody around them, and I got the word maid.
Maid?
I don't know. Yeah, it's like a maid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's just weird. I don't know why I picked that up. It's just so weird that I picked that up. I'm like, what? I was like, what do you mean maid? And they just said, just say it. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue.
I think Dre moonlights as a maid. Just kidding. So that's interesting though. So it could be that the person that the entity or the energy she's feeling could be from someone that's a maid, or maybe this is for somebody else she knows.
Because I did pick up, it was a loved one, but then I also heard maid, and I'm like, okay, why are you telling me maid? And I'm like, I don't know anything about Drake or about his girlfriend or his wife or whatever she is to him, like wife or girlfriend. You could say both, but you know what I mean, spouse. But the thing is that I picked up maid, and I'm like, okay, why did I pick that up? So there could be something about the area that I'm seeing. Oh, he said Mexico
maid, yeah.
Maid. That's what it said. So that makes sense. So you see, that's what he said. I'm looking at it right now too.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't take him too seriously. It's just the way he is. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I got a question about that. Here's Dre. He's on here, he's listening or whatever. But I don't know that he is that much a believer in this topic. But I feel like he's got like this psychic bubble where you can't penetrate that bubble if you're a psychic. Do you come across a lot of people like that?
Honestly, some people don't really believe in the paranormal or even in psychics until something dramatic happens, and it's just weird. That's what I'm being told with him, is that he is very skeptical until like you can pinpoint something, but he's open to it. He's just there to listen, but it's kind of like, I think until something really stranger happens to him, he just dismisses it. Oh yeah, it's just you're not getting enough sleep, or just you're watching too many movies, staying up late, you're stressed out.
So you're saying he'll have a paranormal experience, but he thinks it was Einstein or something like that.
Yeah, he would just dismiss it as, oh, it's nothing. So
yeah, I could see that happening. So could he also be I don't know, maybe unconsciously blocking all this? Or is that just what he does, basically? He kind of makes an excuse for it and goes on just because he doesn't want to admit that it's a real deal.
Honestly, I'm being told that that's what it is. He's dismissing it as like, oh, it's nothing. But if you don't if you don't give into it, you don't give it power. That's what I'm being told for him to listen to.
Okay.
That. So if he doesn't feed into it, then he's like, oh, it's probably nothing.
Wait,
But,
Chris. Wait a minute. Hold on. Take a step. Wait, hold on a second. Because what you're saying right now is that he does have something around him, but his ignoring it is not letting it flourish.
Yes, exactly. That's the best way to put it.
Well, look at that, Dre. Well, that really explains, though, right? I mean, because, the Nile is not just a river in Egypt. So he's basically kind of protecting himself.
Yeah, and it's okay because he's looking out for his family, and it's okay. And as long as you don't give it strength, then I don't see anything wrong with it. It's just seriously, I wouldn't see anything wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
But some people just that are just non-believers, paranormal could be happening to them, but they would dismiss as nothing.
Yeah, but isn't there a point where
the energy
there's things you can't ignore? Doesn't it get to the
Yes,
point where
and
they're
I-
persistent?
Well, honestly, it does progress the more that you ignore it and the more that you deny it. I think that's what I've always known from experience. Like when first it's like maybe like how can I put it? Like if the chair moves or they hear disinvited voices or EVPs in the house, they'll
Mhm.
hear echo footsteps. They think it's just maybe the we have to get used to the house, especially if you're moved into a new house. They find excuses to try and analyze. Oh, maybe it's just what the house usually does. So, like if you hear like a bonk in the house, maybe it's a heater, or maybe it's the kitchen. But the more that it happens frequency, you're letting it grow and get more active. The more that you sit there and deny it. So, I'm being told don't deny it, accept it. And just analyze that there is activity, even if you do not, and I repeat, do not want to believe in it, but it's there.
Now that's interesting. As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna throw him out on Front Street here because he actually recently visited a place. This is gonna be the Dre half hour. He actually visited a place, right? And he found out that it was haunted or whatever. And the next day, I don't know, next day or a day or two later, he shows up with a recorder trying to get EVP. So it kind of sounds like he does have a lot of interest in it. He wants to catch something, but maybe it's not playing out the way he thinks it is. And so he's got that skepticism now. So I don't know. What can he do to make it happen? I don't know that he wants that, but why not? I think I'm actually talking to myself right now because I can't hear Chris at all. Again, Dre, you will not get that advice. Say 12 Hail Marys and just go to bed. That's all I can give you. Yeah, this is like the episode that shouldn't have happened because Chris is gone one more time. Hi, Vay. Oh yeah, he's gone altogether. Hey, it's time to play another song while we wait for Chris to return to the podcast. This might end a bit short for you guys who are into the psychic realms. We'll be right back.
This is the final call of desperation. Before you lose it all to the dark side, you gotta sacrifice yourself forever. 'Cause in the battlefield
talking.
I'm playing this scary music right now for you guys because something's going on. I mean, we started talking about the picture and Chris's signal goes dead. And now we're talking about Dre's denial and the signal goes dead again. I just don't know. I don't get it. Because now you sound fine. Actually, Chris didn't even hang up at all. As soon as I played the song, he just comes back fine. There's nothing going on. Everything's hunky-dory. This is just crazy. I did see something in here from Game. He said 2 weeks ago, he was just laying in bed, and 2 seconds later, sounded like someone fell down the stairs. Happens all the time. Loud boom, 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 all the way down the stairs, and when he got up, there was nothing there.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird, dude. If that's not weird, I don't know what the hell that is.
No kidding. Because you would think as a spirit, you wouldn't fall down the stairs.
I don't know. And there's nothing there. You know what? It's almost what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
It almost seems like something pushed something down the steps, and it sounds like a box. That's what it feels like because I can see it rolling. But then when you go and check, there's nothing there.
Yeah, I think that if there's a place that anyone would want to go do an investigation, it will probably be Game's house. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Just don't take any pictures because those pictures come out weird. Yeah, so there you go. So anyway, we were talking about Dre before we were, electronically interrupted. So, so I feel, that Dre really should just accept what he feels, what he's getting, and just open himself up to all the goodness that whatever is trying to reach out to him has to offer.
Exactly. And then Becky said too, she's like, Chris, it's the spirit that are messing with you. I was like, oh my God, because she was messaging me back and forth, and she's like, Chris, it's just spirit. So
yeah, craziness. Now, at one time, you did tell me that you had something of a experience from an alien type of nature.
Yes, I did. Yes, I was abducted. I was.
Oh, there he goes again. Your signal's going.
And then there was another. Oh my God! It's like something's like, shut up, shut up.
All right, go ahead. I think you're good.
No, it's like whenever we talk about something, it's the technology and the energy that's like, shut up. We are not going to be talking about this. You're done. You're not going to be talking about us. and it's crazy because the thing, Manny, I'm going to tell you something. What are the odds that I never told you that, with the paranormal thing, with the the vibrating of the bed, how do I not know that that's affecting the broadcast and then the flickering of the last show I did? And the other readings that I'm doing. So maybe there's a lot of electrical interference. That's what I'm getting. But the thing is, it's just weird. So
yeah, it's really happening at some weird situations, especially when you start speaking about stuff. But tell us about your alien experience.
Well, let's see if it lets me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was about 5. I want to say between 5 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember asleep. And then one time, I actually don't even know how I did this. Don't even ask me because I don't know. I could see my body looking like my body sleeping. And I could feel like a part of me was levitating in the ceiling. And then I'm like, okay, where am I going to go? I'm levitating in the ceiling. Okay. And then I'm like, okay, this is I just knew there was something alien. I just felt it. I knew that there was something paranormal at a very young age. So it sucked me from the ceiling, like almost like a vacuum cleaner. And then I was in the ship. I remember seeing I can remember laying down, and there was these gray beings around me. There was like maybe two, if I remember right, two big ones and two little ones, because they don't come as like big all the time. There's ones that are little too. And they were experimenting on me, and I could hear them telepathically. And I said, "What do you want?" And they said, "We're not here to hurt you." And I was like, "Okay, if you're not here to hurt me, then what the hell am I doing on your ship?" And they said, "We just want to know what you and the humankind know about us." And I just looked, and of course I was shocked, so I couldn't move. And I just remember just looking at them, and I remember them touching me. And then I blacked out. And when I woke up with markings on my body.
Oh, really?
The next day.
Jeez.
Yes. And I remember, and I could feel that there was other people in the spaceship, but I couldn't move. They did not have me. They almost felt like they had me not like physically tied down, but I just couldn't move. Like, because I've heard different experiences that when people get abducted and they get in the ship, they're on this metal table that the only thing that you're able to move is your eyes. You cannot talk. Mm-hmm. Because that's how they do. They talk telepathically just by them looking at you. So knowing that happened to me, I could not verbally talk. I had to talk with my eyes and with my mind. And it's crazy because I know that with the alien phenomenon, it does go along with the psychics. It does. I can't explain how, but that's what it is. That's how it goes about. Everything goes along with the psychic phenomenon. The psychic, there's just communication between me and them. And then on top of that, I had a friend of mine, which I know that's true. I also have, and I don't know if I told you this before, Manny, but I have alien DNA.
So, was that the RNA DNA?
The alien DNA.
So how did you find this out, Chris?
Well, a friend of mine told me, and then I did like a past life thing, and she looked into it and told me what I was, the way I looked, and I could see it within my mind. So now the only thing is, what kind of alien was I? I do feel that I'm related to the grays, and I'm related to the green ones. I don't know what they're called, but I have.
What, the reptilians? Those are like
my ancestors. Yes, yeah. So I'm related to them. But yeah, that's why they have access to me, and I know they exist. Then the second time I remember being abducted, but I can't remember on that one because I guess they knew that I could remember. Because usually when you get abducted, you're not supposed to remember. Mm-hmm. They must have blocked me out, but I knew I was abducted a second time. But that one is kind of like a blur. I just remember seeing these big black eyes, and I'm like, oh, just talking about giving me chills. But yeah, but the things that they weren't there like to scratch me or cut me or nothing. They were just experiencing on my, I guess, my abilities and what I knew about them, what I knew about existence and stuff. And I asked them too, like what somebody else said when they got abducted. I go, where am I at? Am I like above the house? Am I above in the clouds? And they said, we can't tell you that. So I could have been in outer space. I could have been under the water because there's been stories about spaceships living underwater. But yeah, I could have been at their alien compound, and that's weird. I just said that. I don't even know why I said that, but alien compound. So it must have been something that happened to me. I just don't remember where I was because all I could see was just like everything was gray, like the table and stuff. but they kind of surrounded me to where I couldn't see anything else. But I knew I was in the ship because I could look at the ceiling. I was like, this is not my house. So, so yeah. But that's how I know. And it's weird too because I could see what people are saying. There is underwater bases. One of the locations I know about is in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
One of the places I do believe, even though we went to Disney World, but I do believe that there's this bridge that you cross over. I want to say Pensacola, Florida, for some reason. I don't ask me why. That's one of the locations where there's been sightings of of spaceships coming out from the water. For some reason, hold on. Okay, that's weird. I just heard that. Sacramento, California is another one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and those are the only two that I'm getting at the moment. So, but it is crazy because that's what I'm seeing. But I know there's sightings that there is underwater bases, and then they were talking about this on the channels that I watched, and it kind of validates what I said because there is something to do. Okay, that's weird. They're telling me be quiet. Okay, that's not very nice. They're telling me too that there's something to do with the Atlantis, which I was from the Atlantis. So even back then, when in that past life, we had communication with the aliens, and so did the. I can't remember the symbols off my head, but I'm being told that there was I think it's called the Phoenix bird. There's something about an underground ocean somewhere. Okay, why did I just hear that? It's in the Pacific. It's deep, that they've said over there by Sacramento that like if you look at the design, the way that how can you put it, that the way that the state is, like the way the design of the state, they said that there was probably something that the aliens added to the state of California. So, but yeah.
And it's like all offshore?
Yes. Yeah.
And it's fascinating because, a lot of people, actually just recently, there's a lot of stories going around about underwater bases and things like that. So why is it that you think the psychics are kind of, I don't know, sensitive to that particular topic?
Honestly, it's because we know that we're not alone, and they're doing a lot more research on psychics, people that are very heightened and gifted. Like I'm one of them when I was very young. Now, as far as that I'm older, I probably have been abducted, but I just don't remember offhand because they probably try to block my memory, But that's what I'm being told, is just that they're more connected to the psychic realm because they talk telepathically. And the thing is that they have, like I said, underground bases, but I do feel that there's more to them than what we realize. And their technology, what they're doing is trying to figure out how much we know and how much we've learned from them. And it's weird because what is the best place to hide is underwater, because there's so much stuff underwater
there's so much
that we don't know about. Yeah, we don't know. So yeah,
very strange. Here's a question for you. When you say they're telling you not to say anything, who would that be that would say that to you? Is that like a spirit guide or something like that?
Honestly, I just heard yes. They don't want to be talked about. The other side is telling me, but that's what I'm seeing. And I do feel that some of them, and it's weird because you would think that the same aliens would be under the water, but there's many of them. Some of them live under the water. Some live way up in space. Not even the spaceship or the people that go in space, they don't see them. They know where to hide. because they can deal with the gravity, and they don't need suits like we do, because they've been doing this for years. So, but yeah.
So here's a question. Here's another question for you. So in the realm of UFOs and things like that, there is a protocol that they call the CE5, which uses like meditation in order to contact UFOs. And so people would, they all get together, about 10 o'clock at night when it's dark and you can see the stars and you can see the sky, and they meditate to kind of welcome ET in. Do you think that's something that actually works?
Honestly, offhand, yes, I think they do. But but I do feel that they hide within the sky, the stars, because because I know a lot of people that are real good with astrology, and they know where the satellites are, and if they see something moving, they're like, oh, that's a direct satellite up in space. But what gets me is, if you're outside your house and you say, oh, that's a satellite, satellites are way up in space. There's no way you could see a satellite. That just does not make sense to me. So that's what I'm being told, is that the things that you're seeing are not satellites. They're not the damn airplanes. If it's something that's seems like it's way up in space, more likely you're seeing a spaceship, but it blends in with the stars. So if they see that, they can sense that you're acknowledging them, they'll stop moving and stay stable until, like, maybe, oh, it's just a star, I'm gonna go inside, and then they just go fast. You know what the bigger question is, man? This is what to me, even as a psychic, I'm gonna tell you what I've known. Every time that people have paranormal phenomenon, especially with the aliens realm, why is it that we never have a phone? Why is it that we never have a camcorder at that specific time, and all we have is what we tell them? And then if we have no proof, there's no validation on that. That's what's so weird, that whenever you have paranormal, any type of paranormal, most people don't carry phones with them. And I've noticed that too. I've had some strange stuff outside, even out of my house. And when it's late in the morning, it's dark, I never carry my phone with me. And then when it happened, I tell them the stories, and they're like, I've heard about that too.
Yeah. So, like, oh, Chris, stop it. You have no evidence. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it's a weird thing. But I mean, like you said, it happens with UFOs, and it happens with the paranormal too. You don't really catch it, and you're lucky if you do, because some people do, very few, but they do, and then whatever they catch, whatever evidence is ridiculed as fake. So what can you do? You can't win.
Nope, that is correct. With me, but with me, I haven't looked outside lately, but maybe one day I'll see if I can see a satellite moving. But to me, I just don't believe everything that you see is a satellite, because I know there are some people that are saying that it could be a satellite. I don't feel that it's that. It's something beyond this realm, beyond this galaxy that we don't understand.
Yeah, definitely that stuff is just way too far away anyway to really tell what it is. Yeah. But you gotta do your best. Go.
Yep. It's been crazy though.
So, Chris, you got the rest of 2021. So, any exciting things coming your way?
The only thing that I can say, I will have some shows in February. I have some show, maybe like 1 or 2 in March, and then I think I have one in June. I don't remember. I have to look back. But those are new networks that I've never been on. The more, I guess, the people that are listening, the more people that are finding me. But yeah, I'm hoping, and I remember I have a friend, but I'm not going to say her name. You know who she is. She said something's happening in April for me, so I want to see when that's going to happen. I can't go into details because I don't want to say it. because I don't want people to know that I'm aware, or I don't want them to be aware, because I just want them to be like, oh wow, that's what he was talking about. Only me and my friend know what we're talking about in April, but I will keep you posted about that, Manny, what might be in April. So I'm thinking if something happens in April, I want to say that it's probably going to happen. For some reason, I want to say something in late March. That something in March is going to happen, and it's going to go into April. So yeah.
So Dre wants to know, out of nowhere, he says, "Do you think that aliens want to talk to us already?"
Honestly, they've been talking to us for decades, but now they're coming out more to where they do want to communicate.
Oh,
The thing is, and it's weird, I don't even know why I'm being told this, but I'm being told that there is something that people are might not saying in the chat, but a lot of people have always wondered, are they friend or are they foe? Are they like our friends or are they our enemies? And even though nobody's saying it, but the way I see it is, what I feel is that they are our friend, but according to the government, they would be our foe. They're not really our friends. So
I think they're both, just like people. Yeah, we got both types. People are your friends, and there's people that backstab you and rob you and take all your stuff. I think it's the same way with aliens, to be honest. That's the way I see it.
yeah.
Chris says, do you feel anything about 2021? Anything that you get from the psychic realm?
The only thing I'm going to say is going to be more ET sightings, more than normal. Bigfoot's going to be coming out in some areas and other areas that we're not aware of. Even though he keeps himself distant from the humans, but there will be people that will be getting more sightings of him. But they're not going to get that very close. But there will be night calls that people will be hearing.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel that he's going to be coming around sooner than what we realize. And that's what I'm being told on the other side, that they will be experiencing more of him. Now, as far as anything with the water, there might be one or two, and a lot of people are going to be like, this is bullshit. But I'm being told that there might be one or two sightings, or not sure, but they might not see it, what it knows, because of course you can't go underwater without your proper stuff that you need.
Right.
But the thing is, there might be like one or two that might be seeing a mermaid if they think they see it, but they're just going to see like a glare in the water, and they're going to dismiss it, that maybe it's just something that's reflecting off the water. Because when you really think of a mermaid, they do have that tail, and that's what I kind of feel. That's what I'm being told. So,
hey, mermaids could be alien too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wait, I think I have someone here. My sister's on. I guess she's on. She's listening somewhere. Not really sure. She's like your stalker.
Your stalker. Tell her I said hi. I don't know. I can't. Tell her I said hi. She's on
Facebook right now. The Norm wants to know if the other side is angry with him.
Hold on. Is the other side angry with him? I'm hearing a little bit yes and a little bit of no. Yeah. It's like in the middle. Is what I'm being told.
So I wonder why he might ask that question. I mean, it's got to be a reason why he's asking that, right? He's got to feel something.
Yeah, because I could feel that maybe he's experiencing something that is kind of like it's got him thinking. That's all I can say, is that it's got him thinking that maybe he upset them or something that he said that he shouldn't have said. But that's what I'm being told. So yeah. So just be careful what you say, because they can hear you.
Yeah. And so can you really piss off the other side?
That is a good question. Can you piss off the other side? On certain levels, they might just, say stay quiet or shut up, but they will not hold it against you. But there's something that you just, if you know, you're not supposed to talk about. So basically, they'll just tell you to shut up, and they'll try to shut you out because they don't want you to be talking about deep information, because the men in black, or the people that are behind the sources, they're going to say, for your safety, do not talk about it. Because the more you talk about it, the more you're putting yourself at risk.
Mm-hmm. No, that kind of makes sense. But I think in a way, this kind of speaks to maybe he might be sensitive to certain things. Okay,
Yeah.
so he might be feeling it like they're angry with him, wherever they are.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I would say.
Now, could you take let's say, maybe a few months of like feeling like you have bad luck, like maybe it's the other side influencing it?
I think some people would say that it would be the other side, but I wouldn't want to blame it on the other side.
Right.
It's just that I want to be told that there's a transformation or a change going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that would probably be something that there's going to be a shift, or there's energy that's making it seem like it's the other side, but it's not.
It could be aliens.
Sense, but that's,
that could be aliens.
yes. Yes.
You have a pending probing coming. So here's a question here. So for folks who are kind of dreading 2021, what kind of advice can you give them from someone who's a psychic to help them get through what could be a worse year than last year?
Just keep positive affirmations and just pray that the world will be better than last year and that it won't come out worse. And just put energy in. If you have a healing ability, just give Mother Earth or the world like a blanket, you visualize a blanket over it, to where you put protection and love into it, and things will probably be better, not just for you, but for everyone on this galaxy.
Yes. Go ahead, Drake. Here's the last question for Drake. He wants to know, can you tell the difference between aliens and spirits? I would think so.
Yes. I'm being told yes, you can. Their energy is different. Their energy is much, much different.
Really, I think Dre just wants to be he wants to be a psychic. I feel it. He wants to be a psychic in training. Do you have any classes where we can enroll him?
Not offhand, I don't. I know there's friends of mine that you can get readings from. It's funny that you said that, because that's already like the third, fourth time I heard. People have said, Chris, why don't you take internet sessions? And I think people would probably pay for your services. I've been told more than once, a little bit last year and then going into this year, that I should be a mentor. But yeah, I would say just, there is probably people that I can recommend you to, but I will keep you updated if I ever do make a
I think that's a good idea. Like you can get a whole suit going on, nice lavender color, nice little hat. I'm telling you, it'll be perfect. Get all your crystals out, have the incense burning.
Yep.
People would pay for stuff like that, Chris. Let me tell you. Well, Chris, this is the end of the podcast, but I thank you for joining. Hopefully, the next time that we get you on, we don't have the other side interfering with the signal.
Yes. That's what's so weird through the whole broadcast. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, we shouldn't be talking about I'm not going to say about a certain picture, but I'm just going to leave it with that.
Yeah,
We
let's not
shouldn't be
talk
talking
about the
about
picture.
certain things.
No.
But
Yeah,
but
he
but
he
that's
needs to
what I
take
mean.
that picture, just burn it, delete it from wherever he's got it. It's bad juju.
Yep.
All right, Chris. Well, we're out. Everyone, have a great weekend, and thank you for tuning in to the Dark Horde podcast. You can find Chris everywhere on Facebook,
Yes.
the Facebook pages. Yeah, have you gone anywhere else yet? Instagram or Twitter?
Yeah, I've gone on Instagram. You can see me on Instagram. I do post certain shows that I've done. You can reach me on my own personal cell phone, of course, 210-974-3470. Again, 210-974-3470. You can reach me there or just text me before you call me to let me know who you are. But you should be able to find me on Facebook. I am on Instagram. I am on Twitter. I do have MeWe, but that's kind of it's okay, but it's not something that's grown. It's there, but it's not as high as Facebook. But that could be the next generation in the near future. And I also have a TikTok too, by the way. But that
Oh, there
one,
you go.
but that's new. And then I have another one, but I can't think of how to say it. I think it's Pandora, Parler. I don't know how you say that. That's a different site, but I'll
Yeah, that's a
explain
different
that
one.
later.
Yeah.
But that's about it. So yeah,
Well, if you get a phone call or a text message from someone named Pepito from Corpus Christi, that's probably Dre trying to get his psychic classes going. I'm just telling you that right now.
okay. And
Yeah.
and hopefully we'll be on next time. And you never know, we might have. I know we didn't have calls in today, and it's okay because I know that this is the first show, so it's okay. I'm good.
Yeah, we're good.
It's not always have to be about calls. It could just be, an
We can
interview.
just
'Cause
chit chat.
yeah, it's good.
All right, Chris. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. You guys, don't forget to tune in to the Tempest Universe on Monday. I'll be back then. And the Dark Horde will be back in 2 weeks as we take on this bi-monthly, bi-weekly schedule. So, everyone, ciao.